Peekaboo, a baby's mind explored through languages and faces. Could something as universal as language influence an infant's ability to tell the difference between faces? You might not know that when babies are born, they can tell the difference between any two faces of the same race. However, by 6 to 9 months old, although they can still distinguish faces belonging to their racial group, their ability to distinguish faces outside their racial group declines. This phenomenon is known as perceptual narrowing. It's thought to occur because babies aren't often exposed to people outside their racial group. Past research demonstrated that babies' ability to differentiate two faces from their own race increased when the face was paired with their native language, but decreased when the face was paired with non-native language. This research didn't explore how language affects infants' ability to distinguish two faces outside their racial group. This gap is what the current study conducted by Clerk and colleagues aimed to fill. Their research investigates how native and non-native language affect the ability of infants to distinguish between two faces outside their racial group. During the experiment's first phase, researchers showed 80, 9, and 12-month-old French Caucasian babies a picture of an Asian woman for 30 seconds, while experimenters played an audio story spoken in French for half of the babies and German for the other half. This phase aimed to familiarize the infants with the image of the Asian woman, so researchers could test if they recognized this image when it was placed next to another picture of a different Asian woman during the experiment's second phase. The researchers measured the infant's looking time at each face. Babies prefer to look at faces they haven't seen before, so looking at a new face is a sign that they recognize the old face and therefore can tell them apart. Interestingly, results suggest that both 9 and 12-month-olds could differentiate the two faces when the face shown during the first phase was paired with the German story. However, when the face was paired with the French story, both 9 and 12-month-olds couldn't differentiate the two faces. The researchers suggest that babies don't recognize the Asian face paired with the native language because learning may be obstructed by babies' ideas that only people from their own racial group speak their native language. The authors propose that the Asian face paired with the German story didn't go against the infant's understanding of the world, improving the recognition of the face. Although further exploration of this topic is needed, teachers and parents could use this research to develop strategies that expose infants to various languages and cultures from an early age. This would foster greater familiarity with other racial groups, which has the potential to, for example, reduce racial bullying in preschools and primary schools. Addressing these biases at a young age could lay the foundation for a more inclusive society, where people learn to appreciate the diversity of human faces and languages.